for an echo.
Looking for an echo. That was old 55. Singing up front there or playing in the background, whatever. Very involved with it. Wilbur Wilde.
Yeah,
Phil.
Clever song, isn't it? Always loved this.
Wilbur, good evening.
Hello, Bruce. Hello, Phil.
Yeah, welcome back, Wilbur.
Thank you very much, fellas.
Talking about great inventions, say quirky things that we couldn't live without. Have you got a list there?
Look, off the top of my head, I'd say the internet is something, and I don't know how we used to live without it.
Yes, yes.
I seem to have embraced it in every aspect of my life these days, whether it's for communicating with email or for paying bills online. In fact, ordering goods online. I pick up an occasional bargain here and there. It's just a wonderful thing.
Yes. Yes, I guess it is. Okay, the internet. What else, Wilbur?
Music.
Of course.
Oh, yes.
You know, you just brought back some lovely memories there for me. That was 1976, and that band, Old 55, I still work with the wonderfully talented lead singer Frankie J. Holden. Richard Jones, actually, Rockpile Jones, was singing that tune. I was playing some saxophone on it, but we had so much fun, and I think that was my introduction to just the joys of standing in front of an audience and watching them dance and laugh and sing along, and I think that's very precious to me too. I don't think I could do without that.
What about the saxophone itself, Wilbur?
You know, it's taken me on a very interesting journey, Bruce, through quite a diverse area of the performing arts. I've been fortunate enough to have done theatre and movies and television, of course, and radio. And, you know, I look at it and I think it's all because of that saxophone. I still have the same one I bought from Simon Robson in 1975, and also another one from Joe Camilleri I bought in 1977. I don't have a name for it, but I open the case and I think, there you are, old friend.
Yes, it would be an old friend.
It is.
That's taken you on a great journey.
Oh, look, I don't think the journey's finished yet. I don't know what you've heard.
No, I haven't heard a thing.
That's good.
Wilbur, how did Hey Hey enter your life? Because the combination of you and Red and Darryl and John Blackman, all that, it sort of worked so well like a ready-made team. How did it all come about?
Okay, well, a couple of things. I met Red Simons a little while after that record, Looking for an Echo, was released, okay, because Old 55 toured with the then very successful Skybooks, who were on the same record label, Michael Gudinski's Mushroom Records. Okay. So in the day, so to speak, if you had a new single out, you wouldn't only just take it around to the radio stations, but you'd be booked to play on, whether it was Donny Sutherland's Sounds Unlimited on Channel 7 Saturday morning, or for Countdown, which was ever so exciting, being on with Molly Meldrum there and, you know, seen nationally, and then Hey Hey, it's Saturday in the morning. So my association really began back then with Hey Hey, which has been running since 1972. Would you believe that?
Yes, yes.
And so, you know, they'd call for a volunteer to go onto a panel early in the morning, and the other blokes were, well, I mean, I was a bit shy and retiring, as you can imagine, but found myself on a panel or two, and that's when my sort of part-time and then sort of, you know, more part-time association began with the show. And then in 1984, having done probably half a dozen of the morning shows each year for 82 and 83, and then Darryl's Tonight Show, which was running at the time, the Darryl Summers Show, and they said, well, we need a band and we're going nighttime, how would you like to join?
Yeah.
I thought, well, can I still play golf and jazz?
Yes. And magically, a lot of those wonderful days, they merged, didn't they? There was no great audition and we're going to do this as a team. You were on the spot, we'll use you.
Well, I think you had the same experience in your television days, Bruce, where you're kind of making it up as you go.
That's right.
Now, you know, I came, you know, sort of after there'd been a few things established, but I know for a fact that, you know, Ernie Carroll, our Aussie Ostrich, you know, he'd been there in the early days of the IMTs.
Oh, yes.
And your good self, too, where, you know, nobody knew whether there was a rule or whatever how to play. You'd went out there and entertain.
That's right.
And,
yeah, well, it's a good experience, wasn't it, serving your apprenticeship that way?
Also for you too, Philip.
Yeah. Well, Ernie was at the very start with the Tarak Show and Happy Hammond, you know, as a cartoonist.
That's right.
Have you ever tried your luck overseas, Wilbur?
I've performed overseas. In fact, the band I joined after I was 55, JoJo Zepp and the Falcons, we had quite a good deal of success in Australia, on the back of which we toured the world. We went to London and then Switzerland and Amsterdam, then to the United States. And although we weren't sort of at the top of the Billboard charts or anything like that, but we were a great band, even though I do say so myself, and we were very well received throughout the United States and Europe. Every audience we played to, and a lot of them, in fact, I think every one that we played in the States was a live FM radio broadcast, syndicated not just in the area we were playing, but down the line, to Augusta, Georgia, and so I think what happens with that, I don't really know, but I think you're supposed to follow it up with another tour and then slog it out for a couple of years, and we didn't want to do that. We love Melbourne too much.
Well, that's our game that you came home.
Well, Wilbur, thank you for being with us, telling us the great inventions you couldn't do without, and a little bit of the background to Hey Hey and how it all began.
Well, I think there's still maybe a little bit of life in Hey Hey yet. Can't say too much, but it moves afoot.
Oh, well, we'll keep our ear to the ground on that one.
You'll be the first to hear it from me.
Thanks, Wilbur, and thanks for last Saturday. You did a great job at East Ivanhoe. Appreciate that very much.
And Bruce, likewise. Thanks, fellas.
Okay, mate. Goodbye. Wilbur Wilde there on his favourite things.